Good morning, students. This is 12th standard botany video class, video 15. In this video, we are going to continue the lesson chromosomal basis of inheritance. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen protein synthesis in plants and also experimental evidence of DNA replication, that is Taylor's experiment. Then how DNA replication is taken place. In protein synthesis processes, it occurs in two steps. One is the transcription, another one is the translation. Transcription is taken place in the nucleoplasm region of nucleus. Then after that, the DNA double-stranded helix, which are producing the mRNA strand with the complementary nitrogenous bases, is called a transcription. And also processing is also taken place in the nucleoplasm. Then the substances are passed through to the cytoplasmic region. In that region they are having ribosome. In that ribosomal region only the another process is taken place, that is translation. So this transcription process only we have seen in the previous video class. Today in this video we are going to continue the molecular mechanism of RNA modification. Dear students, this is the double-stranded helix DNA, which consists of nitrogenous base pair, sugar molecule and phosphate group. Nitrogenous bases are guanine, cytosine, thymine and adenine. Adenine and guanine are purines. Cytosine and thymine are pyrimidines. So these two types of nitrogenous bases only, which are arranged in the DNA strand, which forms the polynucleotide sequences. Dear students, this is the replication of DNA. The replication fork is taken place. The 2-strand of 3-strand and 5-strand DNA, which are divided into two forks. Each fork afterwards developed into a new 3-strand and a 5-strand. The 5-strand which is afterwards developed into a 3-strand. The 3-strand which is developed into the 5-strand. Okay, so this is the two different strand of DNA replication. One is act as a leading strand, another one is the lagging strand. Leading strand, the replication is taken place in a continuous process. In the lagging strand, the replication of the DNA fork is taken place in the form of fragments. This was observed by the scientist Okazaki. After that, these fragments of DNA strand are joined by an enzyme as DNA ligase. Not only that, the another enzymes is also responsible for that one, that is helicase, which is responsible for unwinding of the DNA strand. Then other side, the DNA strand which are showing the supercoiling nature, that should be taken place with the help of another enzyme, topoisomerase. Then the DNA polymerase A or primase, which synthesizes the RNA primer on both leading and lagging strands. So with the help of this RNA primer only, they are connecting the different polynucleotide sequence in the newly formed growing DNA strand. These DNA polymerases are different enzymes, alpha, delta and epsilon. So this is the replication fork of DNA. Dear students, this is the another diagram which are showing the history of DNA replication. See the left side, the first one, the double-stranded DNA helix are unwound with the help of the enzyme helicases. Then the second one, the single-stranded newly formed strands which are binding with protein molecules. Then the third one, the leading strand, that is the two strands are known as leading, another one is the lagging. The third points which are showing the one strand is showing the continuously synthesized newly formed daughter strand is taken place with the 5 strand and 3 strand direction. See the arrow mark, it is start from the 5, that is blue color, light blue color, towards the 3 strand. There is a newly formed strand or leading strand showing the synthesis of newly formed strand in a continuous manner. Then fourth one is a lagging strand which start from 3 strand to 5 strand. Here the synthesis of newly formed fragments are discontinuously showing their development. So the DNA polymerase alpha or primase which are produces the short RNA primer which extended the process by DNA polymerase to form a different fragments is known as Okazaki fragments. See RNA primer, which is, what is that one? Red color is there. This RNA primer only which is extended the newly formed fragments with the help of the DNA polymerase. These Okazaki fragments are afterwards connected by the enzyme called DNA ligase. After the RNA primer, see the fifth point. After the RNA primer is replaced by DNA, they are joins the Okazaki fragments by DNA ligase in the growing strand. So these are all the steps which is involved in the DNA replication. Dear students, this is all the topic we have seen in the previous video class. Now we are going to see the processing of pre-mRNA to mature mRNA or molecular mechanism of RNA modification. That means how it is modified from precursor mRNA to the mature mRNA. Dear students, in the last year itself we have studied RNA is divided into 3 types: transfer RNA, messenger RNA and ribosomal RNA. So these are all the 3 types of RNA which is produced from the precursor RNA. This RNA molecule of precursor is termed as the primary transcriptor or pre-RNA. That is the precursor RNA or pre-RNA or primary transcriptor, that is the forerunner. From this RNA only they are producing another type of RNAs, that is tRNA, mRNA and rRNA. So for this process, the enzyme which is involved in the transfer of pre-RNA into matured RNA, named RNA polymerase II, otherwise it is known as heterogeneous nuclear RNA. So with the help of RNA polymerase, the precursor RNA modified into mature RNA. This mature RNA, otherwise known as heterogeneous nuclear RNA or hnRNA. So this is the processing which is taken place in the nucleus before they are transported into the cytoplasm. So that is the mechanism of RNA modification. Precursor RNA which is modified into mature RNA with the help of the enzyme is called RNA polymerase. That process is called processing, which is taken place in the nucleus region. After that, it will be enter into the cytoplasmic region. That process is called RNA modification or molecular mechanism of RNA modification. For this process, the enzyme which is responsible for changing precursor RNA or pre-RNA into mature RNA or mRNA is known as RNA polymerase II. Dear students, this is the process which is taken place in the nuclear region, that is capping. Modification at the 5' end of the primary RNA transcript with methylguanosine triphosphate is called capping. That means the 5-strand region of DNA showing some modification in the primary RNA transcript or heterogeneous nuclear RNA with the help of methylguanosine triphosphate is known as capping. What is capping is the important 2-mark question. Modification at the 5' end of the primary RNA transcript with methylguanosine triphosphate is known as capping. See the paragraph. Internal methylation. Apart from capping, what is capping? Modification at the 5-strand end of the mRNA transcripts with methylguanosine triphosphate is called capping. Do you know paragraph? Apart from capping, the internal nucleotides in mRNA are also methylated. So capping which is taken place at the one end of the 5-strand, isn't it? Apart from that capping process, some of the internal nucleotides in mRNA are also methylated. These methylated sites are present in translated and untranslated regions, introns and exons. So what is introns and what is exons? We are going to see in this video. So that is the internal methylation. Apart from the capping, some internal nucleotides of mRNA is also methylated. The methylated sites are present in translated and untranslated region, introns and exons. That process is called internal methylation. Then, purpose of capping. It protects the RNA from degradation. That means it prevents the RNA from degradation method, that is destroying process. Next one, capping plays the important role in removal of first intron in pre-mRNA. So the intron is the process and exon is the another process. The intron which is taken place in the mRNA, that is first intron which is produced in the mRNA sequence, is removed by the capping place. It is an important process taken place in the mature RNA or mRNA. Another one, it regulates the mRNA export from the nucleus into the cytoplasm. So this capping process only responsible to transfer the mRNA or export the mRNA which is produced in the nucleus into the cytoplasmic region. And also the capping which is responsible for binding the mRNA into the ribosome region. So these are all the different functions of capping process. The question is, what is capping? Write its importance or purpose of capping. Capping is the process modification of at the 5 end of the primary RNA transcript with methyl guanosine triphosphate is called capping. That is, some modification is taken place in the 5 end of the RNA strand. With the help of what is that one? Methyl guanosine triphosphate. That is MTP, methyl guanine triphosphate. MGTP. That is known as capping. So apart from capping, some of the internal nucleotides of RNA is also methylated. That is known as internal methylation. This methylated site is present in the translated and untranslated region, introns and exons. The purpose of capping is it prevents RNA from the degradation process. It removes the first formed intron in the mRNA sequence. It exports the mRNA from nucleus to the cytoplasm, and also it binds the mRNA sequence to the ribosome. That is the important functions of capping. Another process is said to be tailing or polyadenylation. It is occur in the 3-strand end of mRNA or hnRNA, which is cleaved, that is divided into 2 by an enzyme known as restriction endonuclease. After the cleaved mRNA, a small string of adenine nucleotides is added to the 3 end of heterogeneous nuclear RNA or pre-mRNA. Is known as polyatyl or polyadenylation. This process is called tailing or polyadenylation. So capping is taken place in the 5-strand of the mRNA with the help of methyl guanosine triphosphate. But tailing is taken place in the 3-strand end of the mRNA, which cleaved the mRNA sequence by the enzyme restriction endonucleases. A string of adenine nucleotide is added to the 3 end of the hnRNA, is known as polyatyl or polyadenylation. This process is called tailing or polyadenylation. Dear students, purpose of tailing. The translation of RNA transcript is facilitated. So with the help of tailing process only, transcription process is taken place in the RNA. The transcription of RNA is modified into translation. So first one is the transcription. Now this transcribed RNA is modified into translation process. And also this tailing, which is helps to synthesize the polypeptide sequences. It maintains the stability of the mRNA in the cytoplasm. So these are all the three purposes of tailing. First one, the transcription process is modified into translation by tailing. Then it helps to synthesize polypeptide sequence. And also it maintains the stability of mRNA in the cytoplasm. So these are all the three purposes of tailing or polyadenylation. Dear students, these are all the two important processes taken place in the molecular mechanism of RNA modification. One is capping, another one is the tailing. Capping means taken place in the 5' of primary RNA transcription. Another one tailing, which is taken place in the 3' Capping is taken place with the help of methyl guanosine triphosphate. Tailing is, or polyadenylation, is taken place with the help of adding of adenine nucleotides at the 3' of the pre-RNA or HN RNA is known as poly-A tail or polyadenylation. Dear students, I hope we all understood the molecular mechanism of RNA modification. Remaining, we will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best, children.